A little early. Hey, you guys, it's Joni with Let's Chat with R&J. I have a special guest with me today. I know you guys, the men, y'all been fussing at me about me doing something with the ladies and nothing for the men. Well, guess what? I got a special guest with me. He's here to talk. He's here to answer questions. I got him. It was hard to get him here, but I got him here finally. So I got Mr. TJ McCord with me, and he's also going to talk to you guys about mental health, fitness, anything you guys want to know. I got him. I got him here. So TJ, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you for having me. I didn't think it was too hard, but this is a pretty neat deal that Jonah has going on, man. So definitely appreciate you for having me. But I'm TJ McCord. I'm from right here in Mobile, Alabama. I own Quick Fits Wellness and Fitness. It's a gym here locally in Mobile, and we pretty much specialize in what I call body recomposition. So that means we try to help you change your body, from middle-aged adults to young athletes, as well as high school and professional athletes.
Awesome. So let me tell you guys how I found TJ. I found him twice, and then the first time I kind of just didn't pay attention because I didn't know he did so much. I actually was at what's the studio name with Ayla?
Oh, Gemini.
I was at Gemini Studio, and I saw him in the back there hitting them weights and working them people, and I was like, I don't want to go in that section. I'm gonna stay right here. I was a little timid at first, but then I ended up seeing my niece Taryn working out with you, and I said, "Oh my God, Taryn looks really good. Like she really has kept herself together, and she looks amazing." Then I saw you. That was online, but then I actually got a chance to talk to him at the wellness in the park at Mardi Gras Park.
Yeah, we did.
Yes. And he actually worked us out that day. That was pretty good. I wasn't nervous then. I said, okay, he'll take it easy on us. Just a little bit for the people that's beginners. I'm not too much of a beginner, but I was a little nervous because I always talk about it's so important to pick your trainers out.
Correct.
So that was a good thing to break the ice a little bit, to kind of find out more and more about. So I started following him on social media and kind of just watching the things he do, and he actually does some good things here in Mobile. You have tell me about this 251.
Okay, so a good friend of mine, colleague, friend, family member now, Carl Jackson, he started 251 Family, which is a 7-on-7 program, pretty much an extension of football, but it's only receivers and defensive backs, linebackers, and quarterbacks.
Okay.
So we travel with local kids in the area and just play in different tournaments, pretty much from Texas to Georgia.
Okay.
And we do about 6 tournaments from, let's just say, February till about April.
Okay.
And it's pretty much a way to get kids exposure, a way to allow kids to get off the street, keep them working at their craft.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
He's been doing it now for the last 4 years, and so I helped out, and then I took a little minute off because I started working and doing things with my own children, and then so I just kind of stepped back in the fold, and so I'm happy to be back at it.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. TJ is also a family guy, so we're sitting here talking about your boys. So that's a good thing. That's a bonus to have the dad out there. I'm sure those boys are lucky to have the dad because he knows he's gonna be hard on them.
Oh, definitely.
So we have talked about a little bit of what you do. Now, I did have a few people that asked me a few questions about, do you have a everyday regimen that you help people with, like as far as the men? I know a lot of them kind of get contemplating with what time of day to work out, what works best. I know you talked about reconstructing the body. So what advice do you have for the guys?
First thing I would advise anybody to do is just get started. I tell anybody all the time, whether you start fast with just walking day to day, or whatever your routine consists of, where you can just have movement. Even if you wake up and start with push-ups or some type of stretch, or when you get out of a morning shower, just while your muscles are warm, you want to just start moving. I think people feel like exercise, you have to be real strenuous, or you have to go run miles. boot camps and hit workouts.
I'm
But
guilty.
yeah, the best medicine, for longevity is primarily movement. And
Okay.
so, my first thing is just stay moving, man. The more sedentary you are, the more, the less you move, the more probability you have of receiving some form of injury for one, or some form of disease or anything like that. So, that's my first recommendation. Then once you start moving, then you just take the steps and progress on to things that's going to continue to challenge your body and allow you to make improvements.
Okay, that's awesome. That's good. You hear that, guys? Y'all got to get the moving. Hot
That's
showers in the morning. Get the moving after
Hot
that.
or cold. I see, people like cold showers or cold plunges, or putting your face in cold water. A lot of it is beneficial, and so you just pretty much find what works for you.
Okay.
And stick to it, and then continue to challenge yourself as you continue.
That's awesome. Now another question I got is the diet. Last week us ladies kind of talked about having more protein in our diets. Is that something you recommend also?
Definitely. If you want to just kind of get particular and you just want to like have a clear cut and dry answer, I like to say the 40-40-20 rule. And so you do 40% of your meal considered protein.
Okay.
The other 40 is considered carbohydrates, and then the other 20 is a good source of fat. So that's primarily what you're cooking your food in, or if you're actually eating an avocado, or, something like that.
Yeah.
That's just a good way to balance out your nutrition. I think we receive so much information to where we is overwhelmed and we just don't do anything. You just eat what you want.
Ooh.
So,
you out in the house.
You eat what you eat what make you feel good.
Yeah.
And eat whatever you're craving. And the more you eat of what you're craving, the more you're gonna want it. So the more sugar you eat, the more sugar you're gonna want. The more salt you eat, the more salt you're gonna want. So I think if you just find a balance and consistently, let's just say you're eating 21 meals a week. That's 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. Right?
Okay.
Out of the 21 meals, you may have 2 of them that's considered cheat meals. So if you're a wing girl, out of your 21 meals, you will do at least 2 of those meals or something that you just really crave. Everything else should be a nice, healthy balance of greens and a good source of protein. If you're a meat person, chicken, of course, we really harp on chicken, and of course, fish is very high in protein. So that's usually what I recommend. And of course, if you want to get more in detail, I can definitely help in that regard, as far as figuring out a plan that's going to specifically work for you. What you don't like to eat, or what you're allergic to, or whatever the situation may be. So we can definitely get more specific and help you out.
Well, that is good information. Now, y'all gotta give me a shout out later, because I got y'all some good information right here. Because what did you call that? The 40?
The 40-40-20. Yeah.
40-40-20.
Yeah. So to get a little more specific on it, so let's just say, for example, if you were a client, and you wanted to reach a goal, so of course we would get to the details, meaning your height, weight, body fat percentage, figure out your day-to-day lifestyle, and what could work for you, and then we'll factor all those statistics in, figure out a total caloric intake, and then just break that up in percentage of 40% of it will be protein, 40% will be carbohydrates, and the remaining will be fat. So that's pretty much how that'll work.
Well, I like that. I like that better, how you broke that down. Now, is there anything considered good carbohydrates?
Yeah. So I tell people all the time, of course, life be life. You know what I'm saying?
Life be life.
Cost of groceries have went up. The access to certain foods are not as accessible. So you got to get what you can these days. But just because we have it there, we still can make good decisions.
Yes.
So I say that to say, I know a lot of people be on the wheat kick. I got to get wheat bread and wheat noodles, but some stuff that's wheat ain't always healthy.
Yeah.
Or considered healthy. So I just keep it simple. Stick to your sweet potatoes. Stick to your complex carb.
Okay.
Even white rice is okay, but
white rice,
white jasmine rice is fine.
Okay,
but we indulge in it. We add the butter and the salt. The different things like that. So we make it, gravy. We make it, become worse than what it is. But and then of course if you eat it in moderation. So and of course when you eat it, meaning what time of the day you're eating it.
Mhm.
All that kind of can play a factor too. So if it's late at night, we eating dinner at 8, 9 o'clock, and we
Mhm.
loading up on carbs and then going to sleep.
Yeah.
That's kind of working against yourself. So to answer your question, a good complex carb, meaning a carb that's going to make you feel full a little bit longer, and of course give you energy throughout the day.
Yes, because I have found myself not eating as many carbs. Number one, I work in the OR, so I'm on my feet all day long. We don't have time to eat. We really don't. And then after I leave there, I go and work at another job. So my hours are like from 6:30 to probably about 11 p.m. at night. And it's I was telling Dee, Mondays and Wednesdays I have the nights off.
Okay.
But I don't want to exercise. That's the
I understand. That's a lot.
I'm exhausted, but if it's something that I can eat or help me not gain, but just to consider still, that's for anybody who works that shift or something like that. What would you recommend them to do in that situation?
So if it gets to that point where you feel like you don't really have enough time to work, or you don't really have enough time to be as active as you would like, I would really load up on more protein to help me feel, a little more full.
Okay.
Even drinking water in that case, sometimes if you're trying to lose weight and still not able to be as active. And then, of course, green vegetables. So green vegetables are more so higher in fiber and considered a diuretic. So things such as spinach, your asparagus, kales, fresh greens, you know what I'm saying? Don't stay away from the canned greens. And what I mean by canned, green beans, or any type of canned collard greens. Just stuff that's
more
processed, frozen or fresh. That's what I recommend. And so you add more protein to that.
Okay.
And you don't feel like eating carbs late in the evening or when you get home from work that late, I would recommend increasing your protein intake. So if you're sticking to the percentages that I gave you, then you would increase that one of those 40%, which is your protein. You'll probably add a little bit more to that. So you might go 50% of your carbs coming from protein.
Okay,
that just gives you that more full, and then of course protein. Now, too much can sometimes be a little worse, but in your situation, I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't think you eat too much the way it'll overwhelm you or anything like that.
That's good. That's good. That's good information. I had somebody inbox me and ask me, Coach TJ.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people call.
Ask him what his morning look like as far as fitness. Like what's his everyday fitness?
That's a good question. That sounds like I teach biology at LaFleur too.
Oh, okay, good.
10th grade biology.
Teacher too. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a new profession for me.
Yeah.
But this is my third year at LaFleur. This is my first year.
Oh wow. Wow.
So it's been an experience, but I do a resume before I come to the school.
Okay, we want to hear. We want to hear about it.
So that looks like a 4:30 a.m. wake up.
Woo! And I'm complaining. Okay, 4:30.
That's a 4:30 a.m. wake up. Of course, I don't always get out of the bed at 4:30, but I am up, and so I'm pretty much have everything prepared to leave. So I get to the gym about 5:15 because I don't live far.
Okay.
I live far from the gym, so it really don't take me long and I have everything packed up because I have a shower at my gym. So once I do my thing, I'm able to shower and I teach a class at 6. I have a workout class at 6.
Oh my God!
And so I do all that and make it to LaFleur by 7:15. Now the blessing to that is that the commute is not very far. LaFleur is not far from my location, so I'm able to do all that. But I wake up at 4:30, and of course I don't eat a full breakfast yet.
Okay.
But I do prepare my breakfast, so once I get to the school, I can warm it up and eat it. So I eat an apple before my workout. That's just a good source of fiber and a good carbohydrate too, just to kind of put some on my stomach because I do have to lift. I don't really have time other than that particular time period to get a workout in.
Okay.
Because in the evening, if it hadn't been done in the morning, it probably won't happen.
Okay, I got you.
I'm doing a lot of other things after school, and of course with my own family and things like that too.
Yeah, because Yeah, he's the full-time dad too, and
Yeah.
he's mad. He's a full-time husband too.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. I mean, 4:30 a.m.
But I mean, I've been doing it for forever, you know, since.
So your body is trained
it's
to do
primarily,
that.
I
Now,
mean,
what time are you in the bed?
so
That's
you
my
know,
next question.
yeah, the goal is to be in the bed by 11, and the reason is that late,
Wow.
because I am in school again, something I hadn't done in a
Yeah.
long time.
So you're back in school.
I'm in school at West Alabama getting a master's
Wow.
in general science.
I don't have no excuse.
Yeah.
None. Okay.
So we work in that realm too, just so I can move up in this profession of education.
Yeah.
Which was I always tell people it wasn't planned. So I think it's some definitely God led. But so that's how my day looks. So at 4:30 wake up.
Wow.
You know, do everything I need to do prior to school. Get to school. You know, do my 6 periods and teaching and
Man,
do my
I
thing after
don't
school.
have nothing to complain
Yeah.
about. Now
So
let me
this
ask you
football
this.
season ain't in right now, so I do have a little bit more time.
What you doing football season? I mean,
Yeah,
you busy.
yeah.
You busy.
Yeah, it can be.
Now, are you meal prepping or are you packing these 5 gym bags? Because I almost got to that point where I was like, I'm just going, because I don't got time in the morning. It's like my time is short because I tried to do 5 a.m. kickboxing at South. Because I remember at South Gym, they don't open till 5. So, but I have to be at work at 6:30. So I'm really like pushing, and I have to shower there because I don't have time to come back here and then go down the street.
Correct.
So, 4:30 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's what time my alarm is set. But my body has, you know, been doing it for years. So
are you meal prepping?
So I have to. Only thing
okay, that's the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are meal prepping for the week.
So primarily, let me say this: for either my wife cook or I cook.
Okay.
So if she cooks and whatever's left over, we you know create meals out of it for me to take to work and things like that. But when I was specifically just me and her, and, maybe my oldest son, you know, just us 3, I was able to be, you know, I'm talking about on to the T. And I wasn't working at the school, so I had a lot of time throughout the day too. But when I would meal prep for at least up to 3 days. So by Wednesday, because most people get tired of the same thing.
Yeah.
So I meal prep on Sunday, I would cook enough that'll last me at least to Wednesday.
Okay.
And I tell anybody, you know, after Wednesday, switch it up. You know, let's be realistic.
That's good information.
You don't want to eat the same thing every day because you know, people tell me I get bored, I get tired of eating the same thing.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, when you go to a fast food restaurant and you eating chicken, beef, or fish, when you go to a sit down restaurant, you eating chicken, beef, or fish.
Yeah.
So the only thing they doing different is maybe throw some type of sauce on top of it, fried or grilled. So at the end of the day, at least you can cook your own food, so you'll know exactly what's in it.
Yeah.
And that's primarily it, for real. And then I think people, we kind of get I don't want to call it lazy. Sometimes people don't know.
Yeah.
So
lack of education, we do.
Right, lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And then I think sometimes people they be on a lazy tip where they rather just go get it or have somebody prepared for them. So
yeah.
But when the doctor tell you it's time to change,
that part, that part,
then you ready to get in gear. So
you are absolutely right.
Don't get, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I have learned, and then working in surgery, Lord have mercy, you see so much stuff, and you can't help but change your mindset. I done stopped doing fast food. I rather just cook at home. After seeing so much there, I was like,
that's right.
I'd rather cook at home because you don't know what's in the food at the fast food places. I kind of lost my train of thought, but what I wanted to know is, I know we talked about you meal prepping 3 days a week, which that's good information because sometimes if I do prepare for the week, I am burned out by that 3rd day. So I rather do that's good. So 3 days a week, and then what does your Thursday from Friday?
So you still want to stick to the realm of protein, fat, and carbs, right? So we eating the same type of food, or not type, but the same realm of food. Maybe you stand in that same three macronutrients. But I would switch it up to like a fish if I did chicken or something, or I did some type of protein meatballs, which considered made out of ground turkey or whatever else I would cook.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
and when I give you a plan, I add a recipe book to it as well.
Recipe book.
Yeah. That way
Not
you can
you
actually
being a chef. You chefing too.
Well,
We got a
I
chef
didn't create
too.
all the recipes out of it. Let me say that. But I do feel like I'm a good cook.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't had many complaints.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But to answer that, I give you a recipe book just so you can have a variety. And then if you may not understand how to cook it, you go to steps and make sure it stay healthy because we tend to add fat back and stuff.
Oh man,
add too
big
much
bag,
grease and want to add butter and everything
Ooh,
else
what
to
you
your
say?
food. And we didn't just made the broccoli completely unhealthy, but we didn't add the cheese and cream of mushroom, making different casseroles. So yeah,
TJ in somebody's house. Look, he in somebody's house. He definitely in mine. Definitely in mine. But I have found out that even I did a 7-day fast.
Okay.
And I did nothing that morning, but after 6 p.m. I did fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
But I couldn't have no salts. Yeah. I couldn't have no butter.
That sounds like the Daniel fast.
It was the Daniel fast. And I have found that some of that stuff we don't even be needing. Like some of that stuff, like it still tastes good without the salt or the sugar. Yeah. And I have a huge sweet tooth. So if you get that craving, like what do you substitute for your sugar?
Great question. Most people recommend fruit.
Okay.
So of course some fruits are high glycemic, meaning it's higher in sugar than natural sugar. So your pineapples, grapes, bananas, all those are high glycemic fruits.
Gotcha.
And of course they can still substitute for your sugar cravings too.
Okay.
And so it's just not something you want to eat all day throughout the day.
Okay.
Now it can become, have a negative effect more so than a positive effect.
Okay.
Now, if you're active with it, obviously those are ways to improve your insulin. So, increase insulin so you have energy to get you through a workout, especially if you're doing some type of strength training and lifting weights with it. So to answer your question, I even went to sugar-free gum.
Oh, my.
I did stuff like that. I sure know those have artificial sweeteners in it that can, again, work in a negative way, but that's only if you just indulge in it.
Yeah.
And so the fruit, if you want to add some type of sweetener to your waters, or if you want to do some type of sugar-free candy, I even went to that extent.
Okay.
But again, just don't overindulge in any of it.
Okay.
So primarily, fruit would be a great substitution.
I got you. Now, I can't speak for everybody else. I can speak for myself and my own experience. Now, my problem is ice cream.
Oh, most definitely.
That is my problem. But I've seen that they have some different types of stuff out there.
Yeah, they have some non-dairy ice cream. They have the different sherbets, the different frozen yogurts.
Okay.
A lot of those different substitutions for your ice creams. And if you do a bluebell or something, again, out of them 21 meals, just make that one of them. And that's something you can treat yourself with.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you don't want to deprive yourself so much to where you start to neglect the whole plan.
Yeah.
And I think people do that. They go cold turkey and just stop eating everything. And then they're like, man, F it. I'm missing this. My body going, having withdrawals. I'm having headaches because I don't have any sugar.
Ooh, yes.
So I think, if people just don't just crash out and go strictly throwing everything away in your pantry and, take your time, make better choices. When you're out to eat, when you grocery shop, just start making better choices.
Yeah.
And I think slowly but surely you can reach a goal.
Yeah.
And then I think when you start seeing the progress, your clothes start fitting different. Yeah. And you're making, progress on the scale. I think that'll help you continue to stay motivated and make sure you actually sticking to the program.
I got you. Man, this is some good information.
I hope so, man. I know a lot of times online you get a lot the same information and it's just eat right.
You do. I have
so
just
I'm trying to break it down and be more realistic.
No, that's good. Like I appreciate this is all good information. If anyone has any questions out there, while we got TJ, how tell us once again how we can find you.
So, as far as my business, it's Quick Fits. That's QUIKFITS, wellness and fitness. And online is Quick Fits Fitness _ That's the business page. And then, of course, my personal page is Mr. Quick Fits. So it's Mr. MRQUIKFITS. And I'm pretty much on all platforms.
Yeah, we want you to take
Facebook.
your information too in this video.
So definitely do that. So
yeah,
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I don't have Snapchat though. I ain't really.
He not into Snapchat. You find him on Instagram.
Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
That's primarily where you'll find me. And so.
Now, do you have anything coming up? Any more events or?
So not at the moment, not an event, but I do want to do a challenge. We will have a challenge. So at the 75-day mark of summer, we'll do, some people do the 75 hard. That's become, very popular. So 75 hard can be a little overwhelming.
What y'all think? Y'all think I need to sign up?
We're not going to call it 75 hard, but it's going to be, 75 days of, just doing things to change your habits and making sure you're working toward a goal. Yeah.
Okay. So now my son, he gets on here. He done already paid for one of my challenges with the April challenge. But if he hear this here, he gonna think, Mama, I need to. He's a gym rat. He don't live here. It would be nice if he was here because when he's home, we get to work out together. But he lives in Texas, so he's a gym rat also. So.
Indeed.
Yeah. But I'm excited about that challenge.
Man. So I hadn't put anything out on it yet. We'll be doing it soon. So,
please tag us to that. And you guys, I'm going to tag TJ in this video. Y'all go follow him and support him and look at what he got going on because he's doing so much here in Mobile. And I'm appreciative. He's one of the trainers that I have noticed. I look at that's just me. I look at everybody's business, kind of see where they're going. He's a humble guy. That was another thing why I really wanted to reach out to him. He's a humble man. He's a family guy. You look, he ain't pushing up on these women. We don't play that around here. So he's helping and creating to design the look that you need. And I love that. And I appreciate you coming on and giving us the advice and, kind of telling us what we need to do, how we get that summer body or everyday body, because it's all about a change fully. That's what you want to do. You want to have that complete turnaround, that complete makeover, and keep it. That was the thing with me, just keeping it off or whatever. Be healthy. Yeah. So, last question before you leave. So, mental. So, we talked about the mental and stress part of being unhealthy. I know us ladies, we carry weight in our bellies from stress. Yeah. What do you guys carry from?
To be completely honest, men carry the stress weight in their stomach as well. And the reason I say that is because statistics show, and it's from CDC and most of the other platforms, that men from ages 35 and up, the leading cause of death is heart disease.
Wow.
And so a lot of that comes from stress. So just like women, men stress eat, whether it's snacks, fast food, comfort food, we may drink. Indulge in some form of substance, such as smoking and anything of that nature. Whether you do some type of pills, anything that's going to initially give you that dopamine release of feeling as if you don't have that stress upon you. And so the thing that I recommend, of course, working out is usually a way to take your mind off of stress and give yourself an escape. Give you some way to release a lot of that energy and a lot of that stress. And then, of course, I think a new 2025 and, a more recent approach is journaling. That's something I've tried to get into myself.
TJ!
Writing your problems down.
Now, you all up in this chat now. You all in this chat because I'm big on journaling.
Yeah.
That's good.
They have good, journals that can actually lead you, because sometimes you get a journal full of blank pages. you may not know what to write. You may not know what to say. So you have stuff. I ain't getting no money to promote nothing. But you have stuff like the Mind Journal. I've been looking into that. You have stuff like the Successful Man Journal. And of course, if you're on the religious tip, which, I am a Christian. So, I'm trying to get more. I am a believer, and of course everybody falls short, but
I love that.
we're definitely trying to get more involved.
I love that.
And so my wife, she just started going, back to Bible study and stuff. So I told her she better not leave me again. Next time
you going with her? Okay.
Gotta go with her.
I love that.
But other than that, man, definitely mental health is important, for the men. A lot of times we don't feel like we have that vulnerable person to talk to. And sometimes the barbershop is really that place we really, man, let y'all know how much, these folks get on our nerves.
Sometimes they
that's that safe place for us, man. So I definitely recommend finding that safe space, whether it's, a homeboy, a friend, and or journal and write it down. So we do have a negative effect on the mental health as well too. So
I love that. I love that. I'm gonna say this to TJ, and then I'm gonna be done. But it's funny that you say that about the coloring book and the journaling. I want to know when you gonna write.
Oh, you heard about my book?
I ain't heard about it. I know nothing about it. This is what God placed in me to ask you this. Yes.
Okay. I used to mess with my friend, Ayla, of course, I used to tell her, I'm going to write a book about the approach. And this was before, she got married.
I did not know that.
This was just talking about, because, of course, a lot of women come in the gym. So we always have conversations and debates about, dating, and it kind of destroyed, I kind of got away from it because most of your podcasts these days are about dating, and it comes from people who.
That's my background. It's a relationship podcast.
So, I just used to mess with Ayla all the time, just mentioning, hey, I'm gonna write a book called The Approach, and it's just gonna be a way to approach women. And, and we have conversations all the time about it.
Oh, I love it.
She just recently got married, going on a year.
She did.
Yeah, so I tell her all the time, girl, I got you married. My advice, you took out my advice, but since you brought that up, I definitely may, look back into it. My wife tells me all the time I need to do something in that realm. So
you definitely need to do it. That's confirmation from God.
You're right.
So I'm gonna be waiting on it, and I'm definitely gonna have you back on the podcast, and we definitely gonna chop it up about that.
Please do.
So, because of singles,
I'm gonna have to start hitting record on this. Going back and
that's right.
Down.
Well, hey, we got this copy right here, but us singles love to hear something like that because I'm always promoting self-care, self-love, finding out yourself before you try to go out here and just date people. Learn yourself first. Do some solo dating.
Definitely.
I'm a big advocate of that. And then now we got a relationship book author in the building. I'm ready. So you just do a little bit of everything. I too am one that does a lot. But I have truly enjoyed talking to you and finding out this information.
Yeah, bring me back for part 2, man.
You definitely coming back for part 2. You definitely coming back. So, guys, I am going to hop off of here. I know I have talked TJ's head out. I thank you for all the advice and even some encouragement because that meal prep really got me going. That protein, having that, I know that's the baseline of a part of your diet. So I thank you for that, TJ. And please tag your information in here.
I definitely will. So
if you guys have any questions, you can either inbox me or hey, you can look up TJ's information. He's gonna have it right here in the chat.
And you can visit quickfits.com. Just keep it simple.
Yes.
Quickfits, QUIKFITS.com, and you can go in there and put your information in the contact box.
Yes.
Come straight to me, and we'll either answer any question that you have, or if you're ready to start a program, or just want a consultation.
Yeah.
We can do it all. So let me know.
Well, guys, I love that. Yay, TJ. I love that so much, guys. So I thank you guys for tuning in with us. I'm going to leave this video up for a while, but I'll also place it on YouTube.
Okay.
You guys know the YouTube channel. You can find, I put TJ's information in the YouTube channel. But hey, if you guys have, please reach out to us. I thank you guys for doing it. Thank you so much,
Man,
TJ.
appreciate you.
Look, I got TJ a
Yeah,
t-shirt right
yeah.
here.
I should have put it on now, man. But yeah, definitely nice, man.
Guys, thank you for having
Good quality
coming.
shirt too, man. It's
So
good,
please,
man. I love what it says. Let's get vulnerable, man.
yes, that's it. And you
Yeah.
touched on a little bit of that.
Yeah,
So
man.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I didn't even realize it said that on the shirt.
See
So,
that?
yeah,
See
man.
that? See, it's God's divine purpose. So
Definitely,
I'm
definitely.
thankful for that. So I'll see you guys in the future. I got some more stuff headed for you guys. I'll be back soon, probably in April. But thanks, guys. Bye.
Indeed. Peace.